And what is up, everyone? My name is Jack Southall, back again with another live video. And today I'm going to be talking about Survivor Series 2017 and just some other shit that I've got on my mind. But as you can tell by the title, it's been 3 years since I've started my YouTube channel. That's just fucking crazy to me. Then I started this 3 years ago with much shorter hair and with no facial hair whatsoever. And now 3 years later, I'm pretty much the complete opposite. I've got long ass hair and a big bushy beard. But yeah, it's been great. However, I do feel this year for me and for my channel I've been very slack this year. Which I don't know why. It could be because of just the slow internet. Like when I'm uploading a video, it just takes it out. It's like I don't know, it just kind of takes it out of me a little bit. And also, um, as well, just like I've lost a lot of motivation to do this. I think the good thing about the bullshit club is when you're with two of your mates, it's kind of easier to get through the video as well because it's just fun talking to those two guys. But yeah, I feel like next year I want to step up my game a little bit more, go back to what I used to, like in 2016 and 2015 when I was just popping out videos and just making better content in general. So yeah, and we might as well, just before I start yabbering on too much, I want to get right into the Survivor Series portion of this because this has been something that's I've been putting off for ages. I don't know why. I just have, man. So I figured, why not we do a 3 years on YouTube thing and just talk about it? So this is the closest you'll get to a proper review from me because I just want to get my thoughts on the show out of the way. So we had Elias defeating Matt Hardy, which yep, he defeated Matt Hardy. Enzo Amore defended the cruiserweight title against Kalisto. So yep. And Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defeated Breezango on the pre-show as well, which is weird. I didn't get why they put Owens and Zayn on the pre-show. I guess because they didn't have a spot for them on the main show, so they figured, well, we got to give them something to do, which they did end up doing something later on in the night. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. First match was the Shield representing Raw versus the New Day representing SmackDown. I actually didn't see this match. I only came back from work about at the start of the women's Raw versus SmackDown match, but what I've heard, this match was actually pretty decent. Shield picked up the win after killing Kofi Kingston with a top rope triple powerbomb. I think that's how it ended. And after that was the women's Raw versus SmackDown match between Alicia Fox, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Asuka, and Nia Jax on Team Raw, with Becky Lynch, Naomi, Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina on Team SmackDown. So Team Raw ended up winning with Asuka being the final woman in, which makes sense to me. I mean, they are definitely building up Asuka quite well. I'm hoping she can get a Raw Women's title match soon. I think they might be saving it for WrestleMania when she wrestles someone. I don't know who that someone could be. Maybe Paige because yeah, Paige has got that new faction now with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, so they're kind of building that up a bit. So I think it could lead to Paige versus Asuka at WrestleMania, but that's just where my head's kind of going with at the moment. We had the US champion Baron Corbin versus the IC champion The Miz. IC, yeah, Intercontinental champion, and this match was alright. It was alright. Nothing too spectacular. Baron Corbin picked up the win, which I mean, SmackDown needed a win, I guess, so puts it 2-1. Although Miz was kind of the babyface in this match to me, because in the build-up for this, Baron Corbin pretty much just insulted his damn wife. And then he fired back at him, fairly enough. And so they had a match. And yeah, Corbin picked up the wins. Cool stuff there. Then we get to probably my second favorite match of the night. The Raw Tag Team Champions, Cesaro and Sheamus, aka The Bar, took on the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, in a really damn good match. Usos ended up winning this match, so it's 2-2 for SmackDown and Raw. So yeah, it was really good there. The SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair took on Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. Charlotte ended up winning, which I think that makes there for Charlotte to pick up the win. I think Alexa will be fine. But this match though, AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar was fucking awesome. Just AJ Styles once again has had one cracker of a year. This match was just great. I loved the psychology in this. I loved how AJ was like selling the entire match and just managed to like try at certain points it almost looked like he was going to beat Brock, but Brock ended it with the F5 and won the match there. So yeah, great match between those two. And AJ Styles is going to be defending against Jinder Mahal at Clash of Champions, which please don't put the belt back on Jinder. His experiment failed. Let's just leave it alone while we can, okay? Let's just leave it be. That's what I'm hoping for at Clash of Champions. Then the Team Raw versus Team SmackDown men's match. Okay, let's talk about this shit. So if Team Raw lost, Kurt Angle would be fired from Raw being Raw general manager. That's the stipulation Stephanie McMahon put on. And what the fuck was this ending? What was this ending all about? I mean, they eliminated Rude and Nakamura so early on in the match as well. And like the final guys, like Balor got eliminated, Joe got eliminated. Like no, actually Balor, I think, eliminated Cena. Which why was even Cena in this match? Because he didn't really do much. He was just there because holy shit, look, it's John Cena. And we haven't seen him since. So yeah, a bit of a waste for John Cena. He was almost forgettable in this match. But yeah, just the oldies, with the exception of Braun Strowman, were the only guys that were really like still in the match at that point. And let's just talk about this ending. So it's down to Triple H, Strowman, and Angle, and Shane's the final person on Team SmackDown. And then Triple H does the most Triple H thing ever. He hits the pedigree on Kurt Angle, puts Shane over Kurt, and eliminates him. And then it looks like, oh, Triple H and Shane are teaming up. No, Triple H pedigrees Shane McMahon and wins for Team Raw. So why did you eliminate Kurt? Just because you're pissed at him and shit? Like, what was the point of that? If you knew Raw was gonna win, why did you just pedigree him after the match? Like, I didn't get that. And even Braun Strowman was confused after the ending of that match. He was just looking at Triple H like, what the fuck was that about, man? And right afterwards, Braun Strowman pretty much picked up Triple H and went for a running power slam on him. So, yeah, they're still building up Braun, man. He's been the best thing on Raw this year, in my opinion. So, is it going to lead to a Strowman Triple H match at Mania? But then again, there's Kurt versus Triple H. I mean, he's got a feud with Kurt at the moment. So what's going on there? Like, who's going to have the match first? Like, obviously, Angle versus Triple H seems more fitting for Mania, but I think Triple H maybe wants to put over a younger guy at WrestleMania, have Braun beat him. Which, if that's the plan, that's cool with me. Get Braun a big moment at WrestleMania. Like, fuck yeah. But who knows at this point? I haven't really seen anything going on between Strowman and Triple H. I may have missed out on something there, but yeah. Overall, this pay per view, it was decent. I thought it was a decent show. There was definitely some good wrestling involved, but that ending of the final match was just fucking stupid, in my opinion. I didn't get that. So match of the night for me is easily AJ versus Brock. That's not even a debate. Maybe Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Usos. That was pretty close. And if I'd have to grade the show, a 7, just a straight up 7, because there was good wrestling all across this. But nothing really stand out except the Styles Lesnar match. I mean, that was really good. Um, Also, so now that I'm here, I might as well talk about some other stuff going on that has been on my mind about the world of wrestling. So we might as well do a preview for the Clash of Champions pay-per-view coming up, which is going to be on let me just look this up, the 17th, December 17th at the TD Garden, Boston, Mass. From what I've heard, so we're going to get AJ versus Jinder again, which I hope this is good. It's a good match because their match on SmackDown where AJ did beat Jinder for the title was actually pretty good. One of my favorite matches on SmackDown, actually. So they can pull it off again, I reckon. I reckon AJ could easily pull off a good match, especially with someone like Jinder. I know Jinder has just been the big failed experiment of 2017. And I just don't know how he became WWE champion. Why did we even give him the belt in the first place? But I think WWE just wanted to give him a shot, which I guess I can appreciate them for giving the shot to a newer guy. Just it didn't turn out the way people had planned, the way I hoped for Jinder to be this dominating cool heel that just runs roughshod over SmackDown, which he kind of did, but the character just wasn't clicking with people. And people weren't booing him because he was a good heel. They were booing him because he legitimately wasn't good. So for AJ to actually beat Jinder was like a big moment when that happened in England. So I think it could be a big moment again. Hopefully the Singh brothers don't get involved. I'm sure they will in some way, but I feel AJ will overcome the odds and beat Jinder for it, and hopefully that's the last we'll ever see Jinder anywhere near the WWE title. We can only cross our fingers there. So, other matches that have been confirmed, there's a triple F. I just messed up my words. A triple threat match for the United States Championship. Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode, and someone else. They announced this on WWE.com, but I think Corbin would most likely retain. I haven't been paying attention to SmackDown too much. I didn't watch SmackDown last week. I don't know why. I just didn't have the energy to be honest. But I'd say if that match takes place, Corbin will most likely retain the championship. What other matches have we got? Who was the third man? Oh yeah, Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, as if Dolph Ziggler's going to win the US. I will be very surprised if Ziggler does end up winning the title because it looks like he's on his way out. He's stated that he's not happy. I reckon, dude, if you're not happy, just fucking leave. You've got plenty of places for you to showcase your talents and your skills. You're a very talented wrestler, even though your character has been lacking in the last year or two, even a few years. It you can do great things on the independent scene. I mean, the Indies would just love to have someone like Dolph Ziggler on their show. So yeah, I think Ziggler would be fine if he does walk out on WWE. We also have another triple threat match, this time for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Usos, New Day, and Benjamin and Gable. Can I ask, is Benjamin and Gable turning heel? Because it looks like it. Because in the match with the Usos, it looks like Gable like went after the knee of the Usos and all that. But from what I've heard, this is like a callback to when the Usos did that to him. So I guess, but then again, if you're meant to be the babyface, wouldn't you learn better than that? Would you learn, okay, that's not the right thing to do? So I think they could be playing off that for them to turn heel. I mean, Benjamin is no stranger to being a heel. I mean, I remember when he was the gold standard for a while, so it'd be easy to see Benjamin as a heel. But as for Chad Gable, I don't know. He's a likable guy. I don't really want to boo him. Compared to Shelton Benjamin, who I have seen as a heel plenty of times. So plenty throughout the years. So we also have Charlotte Flair versus Natalia. That's taking place. Did that take place? Yeah, that took place on SmackDown where Charlotte became the SmackDown Women's Champion. I'm hoping for this one that Charlotte Flair does retain. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that Natalia won. I think, let Charlotte Flair run for it. I mean, she's the queen of the women's division. She needs to be built up as like probably the most important, like the face of the women's division in a way. So, yeah. As for other potential matches that could happen, I'm not sure. I'm sure Shinsuke will probably get a match against someone. Have they built anyone for Jinder to face? No, not Jinder, fucking Shinsuke. How do they get those two confused, man? Orton's not booked for the show, so they could do Rey Nakamura because they had been teaming up for a bit. So you'd think by now something would come of that. No, nothing that I've seen has happened yet. So maybe Orton versus Shinsuke show. And then we have the Bludgeon Brothers, which is Harper and Rowan. Apparently they've got their first names cut, so good on them. But people were really harsh on the Bludgeon Brothers when they first debuted. Dude, just chill out. Like they're not that bad. Um, Now I think about it, they have been building up Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to take on, and they have been facing Orton quite a few times. So I'm thinking maybe a tag team match, Owens and Zayn versus Nakamura and Orton. Maybe Orton turns heel on Shinsuke and I can set up a little mini feud for a while. And also as well, the SmackDown women's team, the new teams come up with Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan, which is basically the exact same thing as what's going on Raw with Paige, Sonya Deville, and Mandy Rose, aka Absolution, which is their name now. So, what are they gonna do with them? I think they're gonna face, huh? Who are three other women that aren't booked for the show? Or maybe they just have Ruby Riott wrestle against someone. Because but then again, who like Naomi? She's not doing anything. So maybe have Naomi versus Ruby Riott. That's just a suggestion. Um, Zack Ryder versus Mojo Rawley, since Mojo did turn his back on Zack Ryder, so I feel like that's a match that could happen at Clash of Champions. As for anything else, I don't see. Yeah, Bludgeon. Did I mention the Bludgeon Brothers? Did I say anything about them? I think I went off track with them. Maybe they face Breezango. Just a suggestion there. But yeah, those are like some of my predictions on what I think the card could look like for Clash of Champions. I might as well just talk about what's going on Raw if there is anything too important. Last week, no, Seth Rollins and Cesaro had a really good match, but besides that, I can't really remember anything else. I turned it off like halfway through, and I just like I can't be fucked. I can't put up with 3 hour Raws anymore, man. It's like, what's the point? If you're gonna sit through just an hour of it, it's just boring ass shit that you don't care about. So might as well just cut off halfway through and just watch the rest on YouTube when they upload their shit. But they have a long break. They have a long break until, well, not a break, but like a long build up time for Royal Rumble. So I feel like, Brock's not going to defend the title until then, lazy prick. But um, they had an IC title match. Was there an IC title match that took place between? Yeah, Roman became Intercontinental Champion. Duh. And I'm sure Roman will defend it at some point down the line. See, I can't remember this shit. I know Rollins and Ambrose are going after the tag titles again, but like, here's the thing: if you're not going to have a pay-per-view in December, why don't you build up? Since you're going live on Christmas, apparently, which why you're doing that, I don't know why, but if you want to make it worthwhile, why don't you have your big title matches take place on the Christmas episode to make people actually watch the Christmas episode? Because, I don't know, people want to spend time with their families. So if they see a Raw that's pointless, they'll be like, why do I want to watch this shit? And if you're doing that, then you're just wasting the talent's time at that point. So yeah, if you are going to have these big title matches coming up in the month of December, why don't you have it at the Christmas special so people will actually give a shit to watch it? Because do you really want to spend your Christmas watching 3 hours of monotonous shit? Like, except for like maybe a few cool moments. Then again, why don't you just watch those cool moments on YouTube? I will watch the Raw Christmas special only if Braun Strowman destroys someone dressed up as Santa Claus. I want someone to dress up as Santa Claus, do the typical WWE dumb shit where it's panders to the kids and all that, and maybe, hit on the women's wrestlers, I don't know. Have Braun Strowman come out and just kill him, like throw him off the stage, put him through the stage, fucking have Santa climb up to the top of the stage only for Braun to like push him off so he can just fall down and die, like something like that. But I think I might wrap it up here. Before I actually do wrap it up, then I might as well talk about some videos coming in the future, predictions, and hopefully a review if I actually pull my finger out of my ass to actually do a review for Clash of Champions. I'm sure I'll do some more Christmas reviews for wrestling shows. I think I've got one planned for next week and maybe another one. Hopefully, I want to do some more Here Comes the Pain videos, record the month of June and upload them. So yeah, I've got a few things I could do for the next few weeks. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed my little rambling. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below about anything I talked about. And if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram's at JackmanLaw31 if you want to check me out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out in 3, 2, 1.